Once upon a time, it was only the purview of the super wealthy to invest their earnings in appreciating assets like company stocks in order to both maintain their earned income and ultimately utilize their gains to retire early or just to spend on whatever it was they wanted, like a solid gold house. For your average working schmo like myself, investing wasn't really an option due to a number of factors, but primarily the barrier to entry of the various broker fees. Deposit fees, transfer fees, foreign exchange fees, withdrawal fees, and, worst of all, commission fees. The reason commission fees in particular were such an issue was because they were and are typically a fixed fee that occurs whenever you buy or sell any instrument, that is to say a stock or option, etc. This meant that if you only had £100 to invest, and you had to pay a £20 brokerage fee whenever you invested, you'd have to have a 20% fee on top of your investment, and then if you wanted to sell, another 20% on top. You'd therefore have to have the stock rise 40% just to break even. This is not a problem if you have a large amount of money to invest. A £10,000 investment also only costing £20 isn't going to be anywhere near as big a deal. However, the times they are a-changin', and the modern-day invention of commission-free brokerages have shifted the balance. Now, with a deposit as low as £1, you can begin your investing journey. Companies like Freetrade and Trading 212 are making it easier and easier for anyone and everyone to start investing in their future. This is something I wholeheartedly recommend, and something that I myself do on a regular basis. The biggest and most important aspect of this is starting immediately. When is the best time to plant a tree, after all? 20 years ago, as the saying goes. It would now be fully grown, of course. The second best time, it continues, is now. This is explainable via the phrase, time in the market is better than timing the market. This is specifically referring to how individual stocks and indeed the entire stock market trend upwards over time. This is made all the more easy by tracker ETFs, which simply reflect the market overall, meaning that if you want to play it safe and invest not in individual stocks but rather be diversified across the entire market, you can have entire market exposure in a single stock, like VUSA. Another benefit of these commission-free brokerages is the addition of fractional shares. Let's say you don't have enough money to purchase an entire share of Apple, but you still want to own Apple stock. Well, with a brokerage like Trading 212, you could instead purchase half a share, or a quarter, or 1/10, etc. If you later purchase more of the stock, it will be combined. For example, you buy 1/10 and later on 1/2 and later on 40%. You now have one whole share in Apple. As a result of these and other developments, it is now easier than ever for ourselves, the working class, to invest in our futures and achieve the possibility of early retirement and social mobility. If you're currently thinking to yourself, well, sure, I could invest with as little as £1, but what kind of return is that going to get me? There's no point. You could not be more wrong. Remember what I said about time in the market being better than timing the market? Well, it is often said by millennials that they cannot grow their wealth, cannot invest their wealth, etc., that they don't have the ability or the money, etc., and when boomers respond with, stop spending all your money on avocado toast, Sbux and Nflx, those same millennials scoff, thinking that these creature comforts don't cost much in the long term, and are the wrong thing for the boomer to be focusing on. That's where they're wrong. I'm going to offer 2 relevant examples of how that money could be better put to use. Only 2 and not 3 because it's harder to buy stock specifically in avocado toast. Example number 1. Sbux versus Sbux. Since 2002, person A has bought 1 venti frappuccino a week from Starbucks for £3.70. This is what I would order if I actually ever went there. Person B, in the same time frame, has invested the same amount of money in Sbux, Starbucks' company shares. At this point in time, both have spent £3,376. Person A has received, in exchange, 1 cup of coffee per week. Person B, on the other hand, now has shares worth £25,526. Example number 2. Netflix versus Nflx. Since 2002, person A has paid Netflix £13.99 a month, and person B has purchased an equivalent amount of Nflx, the Netflix company stock. At this point in time, both have spent approximately £3,190. Person A has received in exchange the ability to stream Netflix licensed films and TV shows. Person B, on the other hand, now has shares worth £313,891. If you think a spare £10 here or there spent on some cheap Chinese tat you don't need, or eating out instead of eating in once in a while, is worth it to you, go ahead. But any money you can save and invest, no matter how small, can have a major impact. If you want to get started with investing, I highly recommend Trading 212. It is the company that I use, and I find their mobile app to be very user-friendly. If you use the link in the description to sign up and deposit at least £1, we will both receive a free random share. The last time someone signed up using my code, I got National Grid, worth about £10 at the time, and they got Unilever, worth about £50 at the time. So it is worth doing. I have less experience with Freetrade, although they are similar. Again, if you sign up using my code in the description, we both receive a free random share. Happy investing, everyone.